move a little bit, find a movement. Hi, namaste, beautiful yogis. Thank you for being here tonight. This night's practice is dedicated to all of us, really, but to your movement. Moving a muscle, actually, can move your mind. And more probably, sort of poetically, this quote says, move a muscle, change a feeling. So when we're kind of stuck in a place, oftentimes with our stories, we can perhaps just go out for a walk or dance, that's my favorite, or practice a yoga sequence, and really find that our mind and feelings in our mind have shifted, our feelings in our bodies have shifted. And I think that's really true. I once heard about this one yogini who was having a lot of issues in her tissues, and her mind was really kind of tense around this emotion in her body. And she felt that her body said, go run. And she hadn't been able to run. She had some issues, some knee issues, probably some issues in her tissues. And she just ran like around the block. And when she got home, the feeling that she was having in her body was of not of pain, but of exuberance. So in Ralph Gates's book, he talks about moving a muscle and changing the feeling in your body. So tonight we'll move some muscles, of course, we do in yoga, and it's a very powerful practice, yoga is. And the other thing that I've been saying a lot this week is, in order to strengthen, we must soften. And I think that's more than just the quality of your body. It's definitely the quality of your life. So if we're very restricted and we're very, stressed out and we've got too much going on, that is not a powerful time to make any decision or to, create anything. We really need to give ourselves more pause. And that's certainly something we learned this year. And so I hope that we're all coming back to the mat with this understanding of, now I'm going to use another word, which is from Sanskrit, satcha. And satcha is a niyama, and the niyama is part of the 8-limb path of yoga. And it's about how we treat ourselves. And satcha means purity, but I think that word feels sort of constricted a little bit because we don't use it that much, but to purify, let's call it, or to clear some space. So tonight, as we move our muscles and change our feelings, we'll be clearing some space for all of that beautiful energy to just soothe us in a softening and strengthening way. So in this moment, as you've moved a little bit, come to stillness and let your body just find home here in the earth's arms. Eyes are closed. What is some clearing of space you can make for yourself tonight? Can you just be here now as we move these beautiful muscles and change the feeling that perhaps we came to the mat with? Can we leave some of the feelings that we think that we brought to the mat? Can we leave them behind and just create some clear space and decide on perhaps what feelings we are having through practice rather than the ones that we carry with us as our stories, complication, stress, tension, restriction. Let's let those go. Let's start to move some muscles now. As you do, just wiggle your fingers. Got muscles everywhere, right? And just kind of feel that kind of octopus of your fingertips. And then with your hands or your arms moving above your head as you lie down, stretch out nice and long. Keep moving your fingers maybe. Beautiful. And then bring your knees into your chest and give yourself some time to massage, round about, roll about, rock about. Finally, drop your knees over to the right side. And let this time be, longer than you might think you'll stay. So get really comfy. Breathe. Feel the pulsation of your breath go through you. All the muscles of the body now dancing within. Letting go a little bit more deeply. Stay a little bit longer. And take a deep exhale, perhaps through your mouths. Let your knees come up and over and drop your knees to the right now. Get comfortable. I'm going to stay for about 5 long, deep breaths. Breathing in and out, beautifully slow, methodical, taking your time, melting your body's muscles into the earth's arms. She's strong, she holds you now. Clear some more space. Drop something you've been holding on to. Let this change of feelings be from more saucha, more clarity, more space, more purity. If we hold on to all of our stories, we can't change a feeling. There's not space. So letting go, keep unraveling, letting go more and more. And then bring your knees back into your chest. Take some time here, roundabout, rocking side to side. And let's start to roll on up. So hands underneath your knees, and you might roll up and down until you come to a seated posture, Sukhasana. You might use a brick or a blanket and prop yourself up a little bit. And I'm just going to read to you from Rolf Gates's book, where I found this very favorite quotation: move a muscle, change a feeling. So you can close your eyes, if you would, for just a moment and listen to the words. The old adage, move a muscle, change a feeling, accurately describes the gist of yoga theory. We begin with the external and work inward. Many of us grew up in homes where saucha was practiced as a matter of course. The floors were clean, the beds were made, and there was a sense of safety and peace in the orderliness of it all. But many others of us grew up in chaos. I grew up in a home that was physically orderly, but emotionally chaotic. I rebelled against this and sought emotional order amidst physical chaos. My resentments have not been a great plan for living. Whether you find yourself on the saucha continuum, saucha remains two things. First, it's a leap of faith because we are often too tired, too sad, or too angry to believe that anything will really make a difference. And second, it is an everyday practice because yesterday's saucha serves only as a reminder of today's potential. With your eyes closed, we all want to think that there's this order of things, but oftentimes things fall out of order. But you can still stay in this beautifully quiet mind. You can move a muscle and change your feelings. Drop your chin to your chest. Let your head roll around to the right. Take your time, nice and slow. Let your mouth drop open as you go over the top. Relax your jaw. Maybe even smile. Enjoy this time moving your muscles. Enjoy this time finding freedom and saucha for your feelings. Let's take 2 more times around. Yoga is a beautifully ancient path. Drop your chin to your chest with so much wisdom. Stay here for a moment. And then slowly go the other way. So we draw from the wisdom of our elders. And sometimes we draw from the wisdom of our elders that is counter our wisdom, right? We're like, well, I want to do this differently. I want to be more mindful. I want to be more serene, more peaceful, kinder. Drop your chin to your chest. Beautiful. Stay. Lift your heads up. Relax your shoulders a few times. Okay. And then take your hands on your knees for Kundalini rolls. Again, we've learned that this is just a kind of a scrubbing of our spine. It has this beautiful element of strength and length and ease. Close your eyes and just go with the flow. I always think of one of those things at a playground. I don't know what they're called. Maybe one of you remembers or knows, but you would jump on them and then your bestie would, run around in the circle and make you fly like a flying saucer. Or there'd be some naughty boy in the park and he'd do it too fast and you felt like you were almost going to fall off, but you never did, hopefully. And this always reminds me of that, just letting go, that and the teacups at Disneyland. What does it make you feel like? Move a muscle, change a feeling. Oftentimes it's fun to access feelings of what this reminds you of. And when you go back to your childhood, oftentimes it probably was chaotic, but you probably had a lot of fun. You were not yet told what not to do. So just let yourself get a little dizzy now. And then change directions and go the other way. So I do like the idea of these niyamas, but sometimes you have to create the words for yourself. And today that word of clearing really caught my eye because I like saucha as clearing. So clearing space in your mind, your body, for new feelings, for ones that are more freedom-filled. And then pause, shoulders back and down. Feel what you feel, palms open to the sky. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths like that. Big breaths in as your belly moves out and exhales as your bellies come back in. And one more time, nice and slow like that. And deep exhale. That's nice. Let's come off the brick. Let's flip on over and come to child's pose. Remember, child's pose is your design. It can be closed closer, knees closer, or knees falling more apart. So take the line of your body into what feels best to you. Drop your head towards the earth. Reach your arms forward. You can also have a little micro bend in your elbows. Make it easy, not hard. Breathing in and out and feeling the expansion of your back body as you inhale into your belly. Let it expand through your rib cage and your back. They call it in yoga your back heart. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. Deep exhale. On your inhale, bring yourselves up to table and direct your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, and maybe start to let your body just move, whatever way intuitively it feels right to move. You can move things out and in here. So maybe more out than in for right now. And then we'll catch our cow spine, so look up. And then exhale some strength into your body as you take cat. And continue like that for about 5 more times. Exhaling deeply. And 4 more. I like to say don't count, because your body keeps score, they say, right? So it knows when it feels kind of just right, and it's received what it needs. Let's take one more. Beautiful. And then come to a flat back. We haven't done this for a while. We do this sometimes in Kundalini. Take your right leg back and then bend your leg and reach behind you, if you can, with your left hand, and connect to your foot. And we're going to press our hand to our foot to our hand, actually, and take breath of fire. Now, if this is too much for you, you can just bend your knee, or you can keep your leg straight, take breath of fire, and or take some kind of hold of your pant leg. And you don't even have to do breath of fire, but here we go for about 30 beats. Good, maybe that's about it for you. And then stretch your leg back long, take your right leg over to the right and press back. You can kind of rock here. This is a little different than usually we do. We usually stay a little bit more static in this stretch, but you can rock. Feels different if your foot is down to the earth or your heel is, or your foot is flexed. So you can try both. And then you can stay a while and just let your body soak this up. So breath of fire is detoxifying. If you're pregnant or have high blood pressure or a detached retina, we ask that you, or on the first 3 days of your moon cycle, we ask that you just breathe deeply. But if you can take breath of fire tonight, it's very cleansing, detoxifying. It does definitely clear some space. So coming back up, draw your right knee back in. Let's inhale, cow spine. Exhale and round. Let's do about 3 more of these now. Exhale and round. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. And exhale. Beautiful. Flat back, left leg long, left leg bends, reaching with your right hand to your little toe side or the big toe side. Again, your pant leg works, I guess. I think that's a little harder, but if you can hold, if not, you can just keep your leg long or bent like this. Also, I was going to say one more thing, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I know. Press your foot to your hand to kind of give yourself a little bit more stretch in your quadricep. Okay, and now 30 pulsations, breath of fire. Good. Counting, right? And then taking your left leg to the left. You might want to start those rocks up here. That might feel even better, especially if you're tight. And then you can go down a little deeper and continue the movement. And then maybe just explore staying. So you can feel the sort of the feeling of moving things along or out. Or moving the muscles, creating space, letting go, dropping what you've been carrying, heavy loads, stress, tension. We all do it. We think it's sort of a badge of honor to just do so many things at once, multitasking. Really is the anti-relaxation or the anti-mindfulness to be this, crazy multitasker person. So just clear the space now that you feel. Very nice. And we'll start to come back up and just meet here. Inhale, cow. Just a couple more of these. Exhale. Just to neutral. Eyes are spine, make it all easy. Flat back. tuck our toes, your toes, and we'll come up into downward facing. Here we'll spend as much time as we'd like. So just, walk in and out of your heels. Take your time, tilt your tailbone high. Lots and lots of breath. Lots and lots of deep exhales. Yeah, dropping your head. Mostly what's in it, really, really feeling the length and strength in your body. You can widen your feet and kind of slide or glide your hips side to side. And maybe even integrate a little bit of lift through your toes, and exhales will drop the heels down on a bit of an angle. It's kind of pivoting your feet. That's the feeling or the look of it. I don't know if you can understand that exactly just through the words, but you can certainly feel it. And then bring your feet a little closer again. We'll walk our hands back to our feet. And we'll stay in this lengthening Uttanasana, forward fold. Knees can be bent a little bit or a lot of it. A lot of breath. And then we're going to start to roll up. So as we move these muscles, we want to really feel where we are in our bodies. Take hold of your left wrist, reach over to the right side. Where are you now in your body? Breathe there. That's the mindful part, mindfulness part, right? And then going the other way. Mindfulness most often is described as being present in your body and your breath, with your breath. So being present. And what keeps us present is feeling, honoring our breath. Take your hands to your low back, lace them together. Inhale, looking up, and exhaling, fold forward. That always feels so good. That definitely clears some space. Drop your arms. Let's inhale 3 half folds. Exhale. 2 more. Big exhales, either through your mouth or your nose. We're going to walk out to the front edge of our mat. I do this a lot in my classes. I always say it reminds me of Twister. We'll stay here for, I don't know, I never really count, 3 breaths or so, maybe 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Press the earth away. Cool. And then walk yourself back to your feet. And hang over your legs. Feel that feeling. And then inhale, half fold. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. And 1 more. Perfect. Walk yourselves back out. Back forward. Well, that doesn't make sense. Back forward. Move yourself forward. Good. Lifting your belly, lifting your quadriceps. I've got a little hike up in my bum. That's just to, feel a little bit more protected through my back. Good. 1 more breath. Building strength, stamina, willpower, passion, purpose, and then walk yourselves back to the back edge of your mat again. Hang over your legs. Deep stretch here. Inhale, half fold. Exhale. And 2 more. This time we'll go forward through flow. And 1 more, floating up, half fold. Exhale. Good. Walk yourselves back out. And here we are. 1 more time. 3 breaths. And 1 more breath. Good. And then flow as you like. Knees down if you'd like. Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana Urdhva Adho. We stay long enough again to marinate, to melt, to move a muscle. And downward facing. So let's take 3 sun salute A's. I know that seems like a really small amount, but it gives you that feeling of flow that you don't really need to think about anything. And even in that small sort of amount of time, you get the idea of flow in your body, and it's so good for us. Let's step to the top, jump, float, half fold lift, exhale, release, and sweep up to the sky. And we'll open up into miracle stretch. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. You're welcome to stay a little longer or flow through. And we'll meet all of us back in down dog, but slow down. Stay in the moment, stay in your breath, stay present. Down dog. Just giving your body this time to relax is so fundamentally saucha. It really is. It's cleansing. It's purifying all of the noise. Look to the top of your mat. Half fold. Exhale, release. Sweep and reach to the sky. Advanced practice here would be to ask for a miracle. Good. Exhale. How's that? Inhale, half fold. And a miracle could just be a wish, right? Or a miracle. And or both. Good. Chaturanga. Inhale. Or even just, I don't know, I was going to say a prayer. Down dog. Breathe in and out. Good. We'll take one more. Step to the top of your mat. Half fold lift. Exhale. Stretch up. Reach up. Go back. Blend this beautiful back bend into that miracle stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Planting, stepping, jumping, floating. Chaturanga. When you're ready. And Bhujangasana or Baddha Mukha, which are fancy words for what you're doing, and downward facing. Yeah, and then two more breaths, just again, making sure that you feel the blend of breath and movement, which is vinyasa, always. Walk your hands back to your feet again, and drop over your legs. Just relaxing. Slowly roll up again. Arms can come up. You can open up. Back bend will rejuvenate everyone's spine. Bring your hands to your heart center. So if you have even young kids or teenagers that are always bent over their, devices, their computers, or yourselves or your partners, teach them the back bend. A lot of times, this is just a definite aside, a man thinks that if he stands up really tall and puffs his chest up, it's a little bit, threatening or something, or too macho. Not at all. It's just about a nice straight spine. You don't have to get all, but just, nice and tall. So this, shoulders coming in like this, is not going to help your spine rejuvenate and stay young and long. All right, so we are going to take, it's called Warrior 3, but it's also called stick pose. So I have my hands clasped with my index fingers pointing. I used to do this a ton in my classes. Your shoulders are back and down. Your triceps are kind of hugging your ears a little bit. And this is from Bikram yoga. And they do this in that hot room, and they repeat it 4 times. I think we'll just do it twice. So bring your right knee into your chest with a flexion through your foot. Extend through your right leg. Pause for a moment. Keep lifting through your spine. Step with toes open for a beautiful foundation, and then pointing your back toes. And you're reaching. It's called stick pose. Feeling, ease and comfort, but definitely moving muscles. And then other side. So left knee travels up towards the chest, extending through your heel, penetrating, staying for a moment, one more breath, reach your fingers high, and then step and point your back toes, focusing down the bridge of your nose to create balance and ease. Strength through the whole spine now. Breathe. Beautiful. Come back to standing. Bring your hands to your heart. Feet are a little bit wider. Inhale, exhale, ha, let go. Inhale, exhale, ha, let go. Inhale, exhale, ha. 3 more. And exhale, ha. And 2 more. Ha. And 1 more. Exhale, ha. Beautiful. Stay here. Drop your head, hands to your elbows, maybe a rock side to side. That's it. Drop your arms, drop your head and mostly what's in it. Remember, we're clearing space, we're moving muscles to create saucha and to create feelings in our bodies that are worthy of the space. Good. Changing a feeling. Slowly roll up again. And this group is called the adrenal group. And I love this because it gets your heart kind of pumping and moving, and you really feel transformed, I think, after this group. We'll start with our hands. I wish I had a little bit more space there. Just flapping in the wind. So hands are just flap, 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 flap. Yeah. Feet can be a little bit wider apart. We're just sort of shaking out the day. Good. And then wings, down and up, down and up. And so now I'm going to take your feet a little wider with your toes turned out, and we'll come down and up and down and up. Good. So inner thighs, nice strong muscles there. Make sure that your knee floats over your little toe side. Good. And just have some fun. Let's do about 10 more of these. Inhale on the up, exhale on the down. I like that sort of suspension at the top. 5 more. Three more. And 2 more, I think. I think we did a few more, and up. Beautiful. Now, don't drop your arms. Just float them down to center, palms up. Toes can turn forward now. Turn right and left and right and left. We're starting to work into our beautiful adrenal body. Yeah. And I like this thought that we could also kind of wrap our arms, and then tap our adrenals. So if that feels good to you, you can do it this way too. I'm sort of tapping the back of my body, or you can go back to this, go in and out of that. Yeah, just find your own way. Beautiful. Now taking your hands to your shoulders, your legs will stop moving, and you're just going to continue to turn side to side with breath. Your thumbs are in back of your shoulders, your fingers are forward. You can feel that very sort of small space at the back of your spine, but you can imagine the olive-sized or grape-sized adrenal glands just saying, yay, hooray. Now we're releasing some of that heaviness, that cortisol, clearing more saucha, more space, purity. Lovely. And then bring your arms up for goalpost. So we're just moving. Megan said glowy and groovy. Yeah, glowy and groovy here. You're about to glow, and it's definitely groovy. You are moving in and out of what's called samskara in yoga, the grooves that you've created in your body and your mind, really, that continually repeat the same story. And that's what we're releasing, changing the feelings. Good. And our favorite, reaching left and right and left and right, reaching, 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 reaching. And as fast as you can, we'll do this for a minute. I have my eye on the clock, and you have your eye on the prize, which is your heart, your soul, your spirit, your light. Good. Keep going. Meditate in motion. Eyes at your third eye. Keep breathing. 30 more seconds. Faster. Good. About 10 more seconds. Go faster, faster. Eyes still closed. And when you're just about there, sort of slow down and then bring your arms to your sides, palms open, little fingers towards the thighs, and breathe. This is so transformative yoga. It's a high that comes naturally, an element of cleansing and joy that comes easily, a state of grace that we're always looking for, but it's found us. We just have to see it and feel it. Beautiful. Bring your feet a little closer together. Maybe turn towards the long edge of your mat. Let's take a miracle stretch here again. Remember the miracle you asked for. Good. Exhale. I like to tell my students, remember the miracle that you are. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, release. Sweep up to the sky. Go back again, remembering the miracle that you are. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Inhale, half fold. We'll walk to the top edge of our mat one more time. We'll stay here for side plank. I'm going to suggest a modified side plank where you place your right knee down underneath your hip, move your right hand a little center, and take your left arm to the sky. But you're always welcome to take it full out with both legs propped, heels aligned, mind aligned with this grace. And then change sides. So you might want to come through plank just to create a little bit more muscle strength. And then drop your left knee if you're taking the modified version, and right arm to the sky. Opening your beautiful hearts. Top leg can reach up if you have that in your practice. Good. Coming back to one more plank. Did I say we wouldn't come back? But I don't think I did. So one more plank. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Good. And down dog. Walking in and out of your heels, stretching tall. Feeling more spaciousness in your body. You can just feel the traffic patterns have quieted down a little bit, the noise. You can just hear your breath. Your body is feeling a vibration, which is always wonderful. Take your right leg to the sky. Maybe turn your hip open, stacking hip and knee, and then coming through for pigeon. Slide or glide your left leg back. Stay here long enough to decide where the body is guiding you to go. You might want to reach over to the right. You might reach left. You might not reach at all or come down forward on the mat. And breathe. Last week I said this a lot, and I think it's something I'll say more often, that the body hears everything the mind says. So if the body, hears, I'm late, or, oh my gosh, or, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, there's that impact. And oftentimes, I'm sure you're not any different than I am. You'll repeat the things, like you're still talking about it. And the body is really wanting more space, more freedom, more saucha, and the mind. So that's one thing we can really work on, is dropping the story. Not maybe the ones that are really tender for some reason, maybe they're still teaching us, but sometimes the ones that are just sort of annoyingly, not of any purpose anymore, we can drop those. Come on up. You're welcome to flow. I'm just going to land in down dog and stretch and receive that feeling, but be my guest or your own guest and take a flow if you'd like. And we'll land here together in 2 breaths in our down dog. And we'll take our left leg then to the sky and turn open and land in pigeon. Each side will feel differently. And so that's your work to honor that, or to understand and have compassion. So you might want to support this left hip, or just change the pattern a little bit, make it a little easier. Or maybe this is your easier and best side for going deeper, so then certainly do that. I'm going to stay up a little bit on this leg. This is my teacher here, my left knee. We are practicing listening to our bodies and, honoring their instruction or their guide. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are in your pigeon on the left side. Slow down your breath as we enter into our most sacred time on the mat or in the practice. You'll come up into your arms strong, and then drop into your left hip and wrap both legs around in front of you. Good. We'll start to slowly roll down, and you can take this nice and slow. I hope you do. And just notice all the strength as you do this, nice and slowly. You'll bring your knees into your chest once here. Massage again like we did earlier. Take your feet together and your hands, rub them. This is stimulating all 72,000 nerve endings in your body. And then taking hold of your baby toes if you can, dropping your head and finding your deep, happy baby, punctuating now in the hip flexors, opening more and more space, cleansing saucha. And then lengthening your legs. Remember, your words are part of your practice. Your feelings, your words become your feelings. So keep your words vibrating at a high energy. It doesn't always happen, but you can really present a different emotion in your body with a different word. And it can be as simple as love or thank you. Or, I don't know, just so many words are so filled with love and kindness. So find those words for yourself and one another. Bring your knees into your armpits. Land your body now for a few moments in Shavasana, a few minutes, I was going to say. And allow your body just to melt and receive. Don't review what we've done. Don't review what we haven't done. Just be here now. Start from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. And if you feel any resistance, just release it. Even just a small shift of your, of the positioning of your body can, allow much more space to rest. Slow down your breath. Take your time and notice how it feels and where it is. And here we are definitely clearing space and cleansing. So allow no other thoughts to get in the way of this saucha now, this movement in our bodies, of our muscles, changing our feeling, our state of being. It's fairly magnificent. Or it is magnificent. Again, like the octopus, start to move your fingertips, your toes, reach your arms above your head. Keep stretching. Lift your hearts, and then bring your knees into your chest. Allow yourselves to either roll up or rock to the right or left and come up and take your time. We'll meet at the top and we'll come to Sukhasana or our seat. I want to thank you tonight. Bring your hands to your heart center for being here on this rainy Ohio night or wherever you're coming from. I hope the sun will break through soon, but it certainly has in our mind. So focus at your third eye, this light that you are. Take your hands to that space, third eye. Bless it with beautiful thoughts. And slide your hands to your heart center with this beautiful heart that is beautiful and open always. Listen to it. Thank you again, and namaste. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you on tomorrow. Addie's here. Wednesday, and then Thursday I have a yin class, and Saturday's Kundalini. We just did a bunch of Kundalini, so if you like that one group where we were crazy, come on Saturday. We'll do more. Kind of a mess here. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.